Now we're talking about the rights of an arrested person. And one of the things that Article 49 of the Constitution of Kenya provides is that a person shall not be remanded in custody for an offense if the offense is punishable by a fine only or by imprisonment for not more than 6 months. I can tell you this one, they don't even apply it here. It's like it's a suggestion there. You should not be remanded in custody for an offense if the offense is punishable by a fine only or by imprisonment for not more than 6 months. So let's look back at Kenya. What has been happening for the last about 2 years? For a lot of us, and I say 2 years, but the reality is that it's longer, but a lot of us, we've only become aware of how the Kenyan government works and how, rights are violated just within that 2-year period when you've had a lot of mandamano. I think that's when I've also noticed that a lot of Kenyans have become very socially conscious. Okay? What are some of the things that we observe? Things that police should never do when they're arresting you. Number one, a police officer should not beat you, should not assault you while arresting you. When you resist arrest, the police officer should manage the situation, restrain you, and arrest you. They should never ever beat you up. A police officer should not shoot at you while arresting you. There is no reason for you to be shot at when an arrest is happening. Number 3, a police officer should not arrest you without telling you the reason for your arrest. Otherwise, we call it an arbitrary arrest. Okay? Number 4, a police officer should not arrest you and take you to a place other than a police station. We've heard of many cases where people are taken to deep into a forest, to a house somewhere, all that. That is abduction and enforced disappearance. That is against the law. You should only be taken to a police station, which is a recognized place where you as an individual should be kept. Sawa? Something else. A police officer should not demand for a bribe in return for your liberty. You should not have to bribe a police officer for you to be released. You should only be held when there is a valid reason to hold you. Absent of that, you should be released. And I know bribes have become very, very commonplace, in our society. A police officer should not shoot an arrested person. We've heard of these cases where someone was arrested, then kidogo, you find they are dead, they were shot. Then you ask, they tell you, he tried getting away. A lot of this, it's extrajudicial killings where the police kill you and they go ahead and cover it up. And I think Kenyans have had their eyes getting open in the recent past, seeing that someone can come from Homa Bay to commit suicide in Nairobi. Just imagine that nonsense, guys. Ati umetoka Homa Bay ukuje kujiua Nairobi. You know? Anyway, thank God for education, because some of these jokes, we are not going to be accepting them moving forward. A police officer should not force you to record a statement. A police officer should not force you to sign a statement. A police officer should not force you to speak. You have the right to remain silent. That is your right as an individual. And once that right is exercised, then no one should give you any qualms about it or try to give you a hard time for exercising your right to keep silent.